Aaron, a barista, is making his first coffee of the day, but this one won't be paid for in cash. Instead, it will be given in exchange for toiletries. It's the brainchild of 200 Degrees Coffee Shop, located on Bond Street in Leeds.
The first year we saw a really big interest in it when we started it. We did it in a couple of shops first, and then last year we rolled it out in all shops, and everyone loved it. We had so many products that people brought in, and it was a really, really big hit. So we just thought, why not do it again this year, especially with everything going on at the minute.
The event is called Swap Shop. The staff are collecting toothpaste, deodorant and other items to give to the vulnerable. They will be handed over to a charity to distribute. This was the reaction from customers.
I got an email about it, so I saw it in my emails. I hadn't heard about it otherwise.
I think it's really good for the planet, and if people are struggling, I think it is a really good thing that they're doing.
Swap Shop Charity Day was started 2 years ago and will take place at all 18 branches across the UK on Tuesday the 6th of December. In light of recent headlines and Boris Johnson's war on drugs announced earlier in the year, local students were asked if they think cannabis should be reclassified as a Class A drug. Here's Nicholas Miles.
It's a weird thing to think, across America in a lot of states we've been legalised now, and then for our police to go the other way and say it's just as bad as crack cocaine doesn't really make sense, because it's been decriminalised and it's just generally wider accepted. There's head shops, you can go out into shop and buy CBD oil.
The student website, The Tab, did a survey of 16,000 undergrads about drug use. 44% of students said they used weed most often. This was the reaction from another drug user.
I feel like any sort of restriction is going to have, it's like equal and opposite effect. You'll have resistance, pushing back twice as hard. Stronger drug laws do not make for a happy society. It's more about how you use it and if you abuse it. And I still do feel like weed can be abused.
There were reports that the new Home Secretary, Suella Braverman, wanted to make cannabis a Class A drug, despite it being against government policy. But she told the party conference she wants to get tough on all crimes.
We stand for the law-abiding majority of Britons. And in doing so, I draw on a long tradition of Conservative Home Secretaries who were willing to challenge failing orthodoxy. They refused to accept defeat.
If the government did a U-turn and reclassify cannabis from Class B to Class A, it would increase jail terms to 7 years in prison for possession and a potential life sentence for supply and production. The protest is about creating pressure on University of Leeds to cut their ties with fossil fuel companies. There is also another occupation going on at University of Exeter right now. The students are planning to continue with their occupations across campus until their demands are met by the university. The university has allegedly sent court papers and threats to the students occupying different spaces. However, the unions have come out in support for the occupying students, saying that they are disgusted with the treatment they have been faced with by the university, and that the university should be creating a space where students and staff alike can talk about the climate change emergency and what we can do moving forward.